Hello, 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 everybody. So, I am driving home for the weekend. Today is still September 8th, 2023. I just finished trying to do the other version of this video, but now my voice is all freaking because I was screaming at the camera, which I'm trying not to do. So, no, I was not pissed off at all until I got into the car trying to explain this video. Because just when I thought this work week was actually going to go well, I was wrong. And who does it star? Ron. And unfortunately, Greg. Because I know Greg didn't really want to do that. But when we had that meeting yesterday, Greg mentioned policies. So really, he's just as in fault as fucking Ron. But, maybe they're cracking down on Greg. I don't know. It took him 5 months to not care, to just flat out finally breathe down my neck about this. So they pulled me into an office. Work was mostly fine. Went through it pretty well. And I knew this was going to happen, so I'm not really surprised. Greg and Ron pulled me into the office. And basically, they gave me a written up, not a write-up, but it's a write-up, obviously, a verbal warning. Because we do verbal warnings on paper now. Verbal warnings on paper that look like a write-up. Ron, go fuck yourself. Greg, I still like you. But for this, go fuck yourself as well. But I still like Greg. Greg, I can't really not like. Ron, go fuck yourself. So, anyway, Yeah, they pulled me into an office and had me on a verbal warning due to insubordination. That's right, insubordination. After all the hard work I do for these motherfuckers and all the things I see that people get away with that they know about, I'm the one that gets written up for insubordination. Why? Because last week, I take my jacket off and clock out. Put my jacket on, then clock out to go home for the day. On September 1st. Why are you guys recording the days that I do one little mistake? You fuckers are writing it down like it's a crime. That I'm taking 2 seconds to put my stuff on, then go home. Like, why y'all fucking investigating people for no reason? There's no reason to be doing this. You guys are doing shit yourselves. Like, maybe round one managers should check themselves before they start trying to wreck others. Like, seriously. Because Ron comes in late all the time. Ron does this. Ron leaves and is gone for 15 minutes. Ron, you do some shady bullshit yourself. And I know they're investigating you too. Motherfucker. Thank God. So. So. Yeah, I knew it was going to happen, but I just didn't know when. I thought they figured they would have had an actual solution to be like, oh, Ron, maybe I'm actually not his boss, and I should probably go to Greg and Tabitha and not have to pull them into an office to write a paperwork for one little ordeal. Like, what am I doing? Am I not wearing the uniform all the time? Because that's something to get a write-up about. Am I spitting in your soda? That's something to get a write-up about. Am I constantly am I not cleaning at all? Am I not doing the games? Because that's something to write about. Did you get Michael for that? No, they did not get Michael for that. It's like Jobs want to really... They think they can get so much better. They think they... No. I can't wait for the day Ron gets fucking screwed. I can't wait for that day when Ron gets fucking screwed and bam, fired. Why? Because you're insubordinating. Dude, your insubordination. Being late, leaving. Heard a lot of other things about you, man. A lot of other things about you. Pathetic piece of shit. Yeah. So. Yeah. So. I can't believe that. You know, it basically says all that hard work, all that ass kissing just means nothing to these people. Oh, you still do a good job. You tell me that as you're giving me a write-up. Like, fuck you. You know, I said thank you and all that crap, and I'm sorry just to you know, really I did feel bad because the reasons are true. You know, the reasons are something that I really did think on that you're right about. But to tell me that I'm doing a good job after whatever else, like fuck you, those words don't mean anything. From you, it don't mean to me shit. It doesn't mean to me anything coming from that guy's mouth. You know? So yeah, as you can see, I'm pretty fed up. You know, a lot of people are really fed up with these people. Literally, almost everybody I know is fucking fed up with one manager or another. It's like managers have to stop breathing down people's throats. They got to stop being right up happy. It's like just because they wear white socks over black socks, it doesn't mean let's write that person up. Just because they put their jacket on 2 seconds before they clock out. Before they clock out, period, is not worth a fucking write-up. Even if it's for policy. If it's corporate, you can go fuck yourself too, corporate. You know? In Japan, round one in Japan, go fuck yourselves as well. Because, you know, your stupid little rules are screwing just everything up. They screw everybody up. Do you think kids are really going to... little gaming place for kids are really going to deliberately be like, oh, he don't got his shirt tucked in. Oh, I'm reporting you. No, kids aren't going to give a fuck about that. Japan, round one in general, kids aren't going to give a fuck about that. It's pathetic. The corporate in Japan is pathetic. Yeah, let's give them these ugly ass visors as well. Let's make them look even more goofier and stupider. It's pathetic. It's really fucking pathetic. Honestly, it's terrible. It's stupid. I'm genuinely like dumbfounded how so strict people gotta be for no reason. Like the military, I get that. But an arcade for children to play? You gotta be fucking kidding me. Really? Really? A fancy restaurant for adults? Okay, I can understand that. But play casino, arcade, gaming place for kids. I say it's a casino because basically an arcade is a children's casino. When you think about it, kids got to pay to play, to win tickets, so then they can get prizes. It's the same concept as a casino. So, yeah, let's make people look goofy, and let's get strict about the color socks they wear, so kids don't flip the fuck out for what they're wearing. So kids don't flip out that their shirt's tucked in. There's a dead raccoon right there. It's all stiff. They're all just staring at it too. Everybody's staring at the dead raccoon. They're all just driving by and turning in on it. So, yeah, I'm not even mad. I'm just disappointed. Like, I'm tired. I'm tired of dealing with people who just, I can't even explain it. Like they just run people like slaves, sort of. I don't want to make it sound stupid, because I know what my picture is. And it's hard to explain the meaning of my picture, Because if I tell this to my mom, she's going to tell me, well, you're just, you got to just kiss their ass. And it's like, okay, yeah, there's an extent to kissing your ass, but to this extent is beyond fucking nuts. Literally a friend of mine at work gave little attitude, a little tiny attitude about the come on, you fuck. About the doing something, because he was busy there, so they kept asking him to do something. So he wanted somebody else to do it, to help him out to get the stuff done faster, right? He said, yeah, I guess I can do it when I'm done. That's all he said. And he got a write-up for being rude. Because he just flat out told me, he was like, I didn't even try to give him an attitude. They just said I was being rude. And they written me up for it. I'm just like, wow. What a bunch of pathetic cunts that run this fucking round one that I work at. Not all of them, just some of them. Yeah. This was the first time I'm genuinely, disappointed with Greg, at the very least. Greg, after all the time you told me you do not give a fuck, you do not care, you're pissed off with them, I figured you would understand out of all the managers. But I assume they probably breathe down your neck. So I give you the benefit of the doubt. I give them all somewhat the benefit of the doubt. Because really, it's corporate's fault. It's really corporate's fault for telling them that they have to crack down on people so they can be little fucking brainwashed monsters, or else they'll get punished for it. Not monsters, I'm not trying to sound exaggerated, but so they can be brainwashed and be clones. All clones have to walk the same, they have to act the same, Never mind. I can't explain it that way, but hopefully I'll get I got the picture and somehow, I don't fucking know. But yeah, so it was a pretty crappy first week, considering that this is how I'm beginning my birth month, how I'm beginning September. Starts pretty shitty with work. This is probably my worst month, next to last week, August. It's been not good at that fucking arcade. And who do I have to thank? Ron. I thank Ron. I thank the company for their bullshit. You know, and I blame the corporate. I blame the corporate, and I blame Ron for his own reasons. You know, but I mostly blame corporate, and for whoever other manager thinks they're cracking down on people for the littlest things. You know, I blame you people too. You know, everywhere. If you guys think you could bully people into just having them work the way you want to, go fuck yourself. You know, because there's always a certain degree to that. But people who abuse that power, go fuck yourself. You know. Only very few will understand what I'm talking about. Others, I don't expect them to. I don't expect people to even understand what I'm talking about. Because I'm barely trying to get by on what I'm trying to talk about. But, you know, it's disappointing. It's really disappointing that Ron written me up and pulled Greg into this. Greg wasn't forced into this. I know he was in on it too, because he mentioned something about policies a couple days ago. He and Ron both teamed up on this. Greg did not forcefully get pulled into this whole ordeal. If he did, then I'll apologize. If I knew he did. But to Greg, at least. But if it wasn't Greg, then, or if Greg did have something responsible on that little write-up, then you're a dickhead. You're a dickhead for that. You know? You're just as big of a dickhead as Ron. If you weren't pulled into it. Or if you weren't pulled into it, and you genuinely teamed up with Ron to give me some dirt. After all the work I do for that place, this is how they're doing me. It's disrespectful. It's really disrespectful. So now I don't even care even more. I don't care even more. You know, I really don't. You know, I don't care I just kissed her ass so I can just get by in the day, and then that's it. You know, I'm just, if my voice is scratchy and kind of like, oh, it's just because, you know, I was literally screaming at my camera before I started this video. But, you know, I need some water, honestly. But yeah, you know, anybody who treats their workers as if they're just basically just kind of like, I don't know, just the opposite, not caring at all. You know that they don't care. They just want you to work. You know, be more like Michael Scott. You know, Michael Scott's a good manager. He gets his job done, but he's not always serious. You know, he likes to have fun. Be more like Michael Scott, motherfuckers. You know, it's not that hard. Yeah, you know. Corporates too. Be more like Michael Scott. Michael Scott still gets the job done. Still gets a lot done. And he still is able to have fun. He's still able to not be an asshole. He's still able to be Michael Scott. Managers, corporate, learn from that. Watch The Office. Instead of a stupid little instruction video, watch The Office. Good show. Maybe y'all will learn something. So, basically, in a nutshell, I'm not very happy with my workplace. You know, a lot of people aren't. And, you know, frankly, if they don't care about me and the way that I've worked for them, then I don't give a fuck about them either. As I told them, I'm not going to be there forever. So, that's the best thing I can do. I basically just kept it cool. I didn't argue with them. Bit my tongue. So that I could just fucking go home later. Why is the light on down here? I hope I didn't leave that on all day. Yeah, I'm home now, so time to actually enjoy the rest of the week. because I couldn't really enjoy the week before today. I mean, like yesterday, Wednesday, Tuesday. Anyway, so yeah, bye for now.